Welcome back to the Northside Sports Podcast. I'm Dion
And I'm Patrick Green.
and we're here with Hunter Grubbs. First question: how did the season go?
I'd say the season went pretty good, but I think it could have been a lot better than the way it ended up.
What was the most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment of the season would probably have been when I hit a home run in my very first at-bat of the season.
What would you have done to make the season better?
I think I could have probably pitched a little bit better than what I did. I think that would have helped out a lot. But there's several different things I probably could have worked on, but pitching would have been the main one.
If you could change anything about the team, what would it have been?
I think if we carried a little bit more intensity throughout the season, I think we lost a little bit of it towards the end, and that was probably the biggest factor to us not finishing where I thought we could have finished at.
Are you going to miss playing with any other seniors?
I'm going to miss playing with all of them. They're a good bunch of guys, and I'm really going to miss playing with them, but hopefully they'll have good futures in whatever they do.
How was your first year at North?
I really enjoyed my first year at North. I really liked the school, and I love the athletic programs, and it was a really good first year.
Who motivated you to play baseball?
Who motivated me to play baseball? It was probably both my parents. They're both really good athletes, and they both motivated me a lot to try as hard as I could at anything in life, and especially in sports and in school.
What advice would you give upcoming freshmen?
Work really hard and get in the weight room. With these new bats, you're definitely going to have to be strong to be able to hit it good, so hit the weight room.
Who was your favorite coach and why?
My favorite coach I've ever had was probably my travel ball coach, James Idle. He was a really big motivator for me, and just a really good guy and a really good coach.
What are your top 3 priorities?
Family, school, and sports. Those are my 3 biggest priorities, and that's the way it'll be.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Northside Sports Podcast. I'm Dion Fowler,
And I'm Patrick Green.
and we're here with Brandon Travis.
First question. How old were you when you first played baseball?
I first played baseball when I was 4-year-old, and it was T-ball in the Forsyth Little League.
What is your favorite MLB team?
My favorite MLB team would be the Atlanta Braves.
What was your best game this past season?
My best game this past season would be against Carver.
If you could relive any moment this past season, what would have been?
The moment I would relive is the game at Ashboro because my team showed that we had a lot of heart and we prevailed through a tough situation.
If there's anything y'all could have done better to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I believe my team could have believed in themselves more. They kind of got down on themselves after they started losing against a few tough teams. But we had the chances, we just didn't finish a lot of games.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
Pretty much any time I strike out, that's very embarrassing because you realize you're not doing anything to help your team and you just get out.
What did you think about playing at BB&T Field?
Playing at BB&T Field was amazing. It was a great experience and it kind of gave you some inspiration to better yourself so you could actually play there one day.
Do you plan on playing baseball when you graduate, after you graduate?
I don't know. It's whatever happens. It may be a different sport, but baseball, if that's what it ends up being, then I hope I get the opportunity for that to happen.
Who was your favorite player of all time in baseball?
My favorite player of all time would be Jackie Robinson because not only was he a great player, but he also helped with desegregating America through sports and through society.
What advice would you give upcoming varsity players?
So the upcoming varsity players, I just say give your hardest, practice like you play, and show heart. Because there will be tough times, but if you just stay together as a team, you can win. You can make it through any situation.
And we'll be right back. Thanks for watching the Northside Sports Podcast. Views expressed on the podcast reflect the opinions of the host and guests only and do not necessarily reflect the views of Northside faculty or staff.
Make sure you tune into the Northside Sports Podcast every week. You can check out our podcast plus all the latest Northside highlight videos. On Northside's YouTube channel, just go to youtube.com/NFSportsMKTG.
For the latest news on Northside Sports Marketing, follow us on Twitter at NFSportsMKTG.
Thanks again for watching. Drop us a comment and let us know what you think. See you here next week.